Hi, I'm Markku Wilenius, and I'm going to talk to you about how future is different to the past, but how also out of the past you can reach the future. So most of the time what we are doing here on Earth is that we are repeating. We are in the mode of the repetition. And from our perspective, it means that we are sort of repeating the past. Not just our everyday habits, but also our thoughts, our ideas. And that is because we have been geared that way. It builds us a comfort, it builds us a sort of a stability of our life that we are in this repetitious mode. Now, when we want to reach something different that I call future, it means that some things have to be done in a different way. We need to change our positions, we need to change our habits. If we have been eating too much, then we need to change to eat less. Or if we had drink too much, we need to change to drink less. And there are countless situations in our lives when we come to the situation where we need to change. And all of us know actually that change is not that easy. It can be done, but it's not that easy. I give you the perspective as a futurist, how to deal with this type of issue. First, there are a couple of rules and norms that we need to be applying here. We often think that when we move from one state to another, when we change our behavior, when we change our mindset, when we change the way we think, we have to push a lot to make that happen. But actually, it is the other way around. When we want to change something, we need to open up and hear what I call the invitation of the future. The invitations are usually quite faint, weak. You don't hear them very well. But somewhere in you, you know that you need to listen to what these invitations are talking. And that means that you simply start to move towards that signal that is coming to you from the future. And it should not happen in a coercive way. It should not be pushed to happen. You rather let that happen. But in order to let that happen, you need to leave something behind. You need to be saying to yourself, yes, the past remains the past. I don't take it to the present anymore. I change myself. And lo and behold, that, as I said, can happen. Because we have the free will, we can change ourselves, we can change the way we think about the world, we can change our habits if we want, if we really want that. And when this wanting of something comes there, then we need to be hearing this invitation. Most of us sort of think that it may happen once or twice that we change and then we fall back. And quite often this thing indeed happens. But then we take the asset that we have as human beings, which is that when we change into the new habit, we need to start repeating that. And only then it becomes a continuous change that kind of have an impact in our life. So the challenge is that when we move from one to another, we also keep that new one in a repetitive form so that it becomes a part of our habit. Some Chinese philosophers call this kind of a new ritual. So we pass from one habit which we have seen it's not a good anymore into the new habit. And this way we move into this new habit happens through this ritual. All in all, what we need to be remembering is this: future is always different. Otherwise, it is not future. It is only a repetition of the past. And a lot in our world suggests that we need to be changing. And if you hear that invitation in you, you better take it seriously and start kind of realizing that, well, in order to get to that future which is different, it is ultimately all about you. And what we also see often afterwards, after we have done this type of the change of the habit or seen things in a new light, we suddenly start to see that how antiquated our old thinking was. Why we were stuck so long. Because what is the challenge and the problem with us, that we get usually very comfortable with our own habits, even if we know that they are not anymore the good ones. But the comfort of keeping those prevents us from moving forward. But as human beings, we can only fulfill ourselves if we keep ourselves changing, improving, finding better ideas, better habits, better ways to contribute to the world. And particularly this contributing aspect is important, because once we get less busy about ourselves and our own well-being, and we start to care for the others more, that is what the life fulfillment is. And that always brings us to the very different kinds of the future. So all in all, past does not determine our future if we wish so, but it is us. We need to understand ourselves as a human instrument that is capable for reaching to that future which is different to the past. Only we can do that. Animals are much more repetitive. We can do that, we can change, but it asks us our determination. Indeed, it asks us our intention. So at the end of the day, we need to find the power of human intention. So if you want to create better world, more peaceful world, we can do it. Of course, starting from us as individuals and collectives, and keeping in our minds that we are creators of our own future.